Right. Konnichiwa, Mark. I think you speak English, so what do you know about the Mexican national team and in your opinion, what does Japan needs to do and especially not to do in order to beat Mexico and get to the final four?
Yeah, personally pretty familiar with the team. Played against or with a lot of these guys, so know they have a really talented roster, really talented bunch. Obviously, Sandoval today, he's an angel too, so Shohei knows him pretty well, and Jojo and Gio and Cruz, Jesus Cruz, coming out of the pen for him. So those are three guys that I've played with and currently play with. So we're expecting a good battle, and I think today we just got to take good at that. Sandoval proved, year in year out, and obviously against USA that he's a dominant pitcher. So we got to take good at bats, make sure we're swinging at strikes, not expanding the zone or anything like that. Staying disciplined and relying on what's got us here. Pitching, good defense, and not hitting.
Hi Lars. First off, I wanted to talk about, so you guys have already been in a dynamic environment in the Tokyo Dome. You got to see some of your MLB teammates last night in this arena. What are you most looking forward to about this game tonight, and then alongside getting to play with Shohei Ohtani as well?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think playing in an environment that's rivals the Tokyo Dome, that's gonna be exciting. And personally, I kind of feed off that energy, so I love playing in an environment like that. As far as playing alongside Shohei Ohtani, I get to play with Goldie and Nolan during the season. Watching them go about their business and perform every day. It's a humbling experience. And then during the WBC, I get to watch Shohei Ohtani pitch and hit, and that's also a humbling experience. So, playing with him's been special. He's a great guy, obviously a great player who does that. It's been awesome to watch.
Lars, for those of us who were on this side of the pond while you were becoming a folk hero in Japan, can you describe how your experience playing for Japan met and maybe even exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, I think I could confidently say it exceeded my expectations for sure. I'd never played in Tokyo Dome before, so I didn't really know exactly what to expect. Obviously, my mom being born and raised there, I had an idea, what it would be like. But being able to play in front of those fans was unbelievable. How accepting they were of me. Obviously, the first American born to play on that team didn't really know exactly, how I would be perceived or received. And so that was amazing, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I was able to do that. And yeah, I think it exceeded all expectations for me.
Yeah, Lars, obviously in the Major League, you face some great pitching staffs. Where does this one rank? Playing for Japan, particularly tonight with Sasaki.
In terms of our pitch staff?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble or anything like that, but with Roki throwing today, he's special. I went out there and I think it was in Nagoya the first time I was out there, and we're doing the kilometers per mile per hour. I have the sheet, these kids are trying to translate the differences. He hit 165 on it, which I don't think we had on it. I think it maxed out at 160, which was 100. So that was kind of my glimpse into Roki Sasaki. From then, I knew about him before, obviously, and my family and my agents, everything like that, have warned me about this nasty 21-year-old. So this staff is a very competitive bunch, and like you said, I think it could rival my big staff.
Do you think Sasaki could be as good as any pitcher in Major League?
Yeah, I don't see why not. He's competitive. Obviously, he's quiet. And he's a younger player with kind of a veteran staff, but he's got that quiet confidence about him that I really like to see. He's a young pitcher that's got a lot of talent. I think that fire that burns inside of him is kind of what I respect most about him, and that's why I think that he's going to ultimately be, one of those better pitchers.
Lars, after seeing what Adam Wainwright did yesterday and Goldie and Nolan, he called it a Cardinals win. Does it get you, kind of more excited of the anticipation of maybe being Team Japan versus Team USA?
Yeah, I think this whole time leading up to the WBC, that's kind of what I wanted in this vision. you know, those guys with miles as well. You know, those are four of the better guys on our team in the league. And so, for me, being a competitor, that's something that I want to do. You know, I want to hopefully win tonight, go up against them and beat them. Obviously, you got to win tonight. That's the first and foremost. But I can't sit here and tell you that I haven't stayed up at night this past, you know, 2 weeks or whatever it is, and thought about that. And thought about coming out on top of those guys just for bragging rights in the clubhouse, you know. So I already talked a little probably too much to those guys, and you know they keep me in my place, but love those guys, you know. But yeah, it would be a great experience to be competitors against them.
And just as a quick follow-up, because of the joshing in the clubhouse, did you already text Giovanni Gallegos and tell him, you know, what's going to happen against Mexico tonight?
No, I think I don't want to fire. I don't want to fuel his fire any more than he. You know, he's already a great pitcher, so I don't really do any of that. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. You know, and JoJo too, and you know, had a great relationship with Jesus Cruz, and so those are three of my buddies and teammates, and so I'm excited for that one. But in terms of any friendly fire, I'm not going to do any of that. But
Second row, your left, Lars.
Lars, what's been your impression of Yoshida, and how good of a big team player do you think he's going to be for the Red Sox?
yeah, I think he's every bit of that as advertised. You know, he's really disciplined to play. That's something that stood out to me earlier. Was that you know, he wasn't getting hits in the first couple of exhibition games or whatever it was, but you can see that confidence in him and how he just controlled his zone. Didn't get rattled or anything like that. Next thing on top of whatever going on. I think as a hitter, that's super important to be able to, you know, maintain that strike zone, you know, discipline, you know, when things aren't going well. He does such a great job of that. Obviously, he showed a little power, you know, last game that we played. So I think sky's the limit for him. Like I said, he's just a professional hitter. You can see it right away. It stood out right away to me as a true professional.
Hi, Lars. You spoke about playing with Shohei, but just in terms of the uniqueness of his ability, he's still been the only two-way player in this tournament. So how much does that say about sort of this once-in-a-generation talent that you've been playing with?
Yeah. It almost seems like I'm shortchanging saying once in a generation. It's like, you know, it's lifetime. I texted some of my buddies, and, you know, I texted, you know, obviously me and Nolan have a pretty close relationship. I talked to him a little bit throughout this thing, but first day I met him, you know, he was a super nice guy. That was the first thing that popped out to me. He was so welcoming. Then threw a bullpen, probably hit 100, you know, and then we went in the cage. He was hit balls 118. First game, hits 2 home runs, and then I watched him squat 400, 500 pounds. You know, it's just, there's things that, you know, you're like, well, you can't make this up, you know. And, you know, he gets off the squat rack and then he's joking around. It's just inhumane stuff. Like, I've never obviously seen anything like it. And for him to be as humble and as genuine the guy he is, you know, it's he, along with, you know, the experience in Japan, has exceeded my expectations.
Hi, Lars. Obviously, the Cardinals were the team before the tournament with the most old players in the tournament. You almost faced another ex-Cardinal that retired recently, Yadier Molina. Did you watch any Puerto Rico game or about his management? Do you think he's going to be like a great MLB manager in the future? Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I think if I said he would be, then he'd give me every time like that. Right? Yadi, I mean, playing with him the past 2 years has been absolutely amazing, and he's one of those guys where he's got a baseball mind. Obviously, he grew up in a baseball family, and he's it's, you know, indescribable like what goes on in his head throughout games, and watching him manage. You can tell he's still got that competitive environment, and I think very shortly he'll probably be a manager in the big leagues. You know, if that's what he wants to do. He's a special guy, future Hall of Famer, you know, potentially, you know, future big league manager. And, you know, I think he's one of those guys that I think he puts his mind to, he can be great at. That's just who he is.
Hey Lars, I know a lot of these guys on the Japanese team you've met for the first time. Is there like 1 or 2 guys that you've like talked to the most or gotten to know the best?
I would say probably Shohei, being that eBay is a distributor in America, is my distributor here. Bill, the two hitter, you know, he's been great to me. He's been awesome. He's my senpai, so he's my older guy that I respect. But then also like Rokan too. Sasaki, Yamamoto, we've gone out to dinner and stuff like that. So it's been a really cool dynamic. Those are kind of the guys that I've matched with the most, but got a really special relationship with a lot of these guys. But you know, the fact that they were asking me to go to dinner with them and doing all that stuff in Japan, it helped bridge that relationship so much quicker, so much better for me. I think that's kind of helped the team dynamic and them allowing me to be a part of their family. You know, just randomly I know on the team. They practice, so.
Last one from Lars. I'll finish up with one.
Lars, you referenced Team Mexico a little bit and some of your teammates. How dangerous is Team Mexico for Team Japan from what you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're as dangerous as any team that's currently in the tournament or was in the tournament. You know, they proved that against USA and how they played throughout. Shoot, I don't know if there's ever been a better lineup this time than the one that USA had, and you know, Sandy, the guy we're facing today, you know, kind of shut them down. So, you know, and I've seen Rowdy too many times in the division, you know, have some good swings, and Randy, you know those guys too. So, you know, this lineup is dangerous as long as the starters in the league has ever faced them too. So, you know, one of the semifinals in the WBC, you can't take anybody lightly, but especially these guys, they have a track record too. So, you know, we're not taking anybody lightly. We're going out there. We're going to, you know, give our all. We're going to have to because, you know, they're a handful. So we're excited for the competition ahead. But that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a nail biter. So we're excited.
日本のメディアの方大丈夫ですか？ラーズの質問。
お疲れ様です。ヌートバー選手、よろしくお願いします。インカムズの方から言います。今日勝ったとして残り2試合になりました。日本の代表としてプレーすることが。この大会の後に、今度は大谷選手やダルビッシュ選手、元吉田選手が対戦相手になると思うんです。そのことについて今、どんな感情がヌートバー選手になりますか？
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, playing with these guys, I've built a great relationship with them. But playing against them, I think it's gonna be cool. You know, having a familiar face across the diamond throughout the year. But I'm not looking forward to it by any means. Like I was just saying before, Boston's gonna be, you know, an unbelievable hitter in the big leagues. Shohei's and Dar's just kind of proven, you know, their stature in the big leagues as well. And so. I'm no fool. I'm not looking forward to those at bats or that competition against Yoshida. So it'll be great to have a friend on the other side of the field, but by no means am I looking forward to it.